guys, here come the dollies. They got fresh sinkers, hot coffee, and the sweetest smile.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Clubmobile.
Hey everybody, how are ya?
We have a cracking episode for you today. I have been so excited to do this, and I'm so excited to introduce from SAS Rogue Heroes, Corin Silva. Corin, thank you for joining us.
Hello, thank you.
We're so thrilled to have you hanging out with us. Winnie, I know how excited you are because you just called it a cracking episode. Your British is showing.
Cracking, yes. I think even before we start, I have to tell Corin that Rogue Heroes is so special to me because I grew up around the RAF regiment, even though it's a totally different ball game in terms of British military. The camaraderie that you guys have on screen and in real life, it reminds me so much of my childhood. It reminds me so much of my mother owned a cafe on an RAF base. So all these men that would come in, they wouldn't only be kind to her, they'd be so kind to me. And we'd have so much fun. So from a young age, my good friends were men like Jim Almonds and Paddy. And so it's been excellent to watch that, especially because I'm so far away from home and I'm homesick. I get to have that tiny bit of nostalgia and I get to brush up on World War II history. So which is why I just describe it as cracking, because it's great.
It's cracking.
Cracking. It doesn't sound as good when I say it.
No, nothing does.
Savage. Okay.
Yes. Wow, cutthroat in this room. Damn.
Well, we can't say howdy or something. Do you know what I mean?
I can't say it either. I'm from New York.
Howdy, y'all.
It doesn't sound as good when I
have
say
your
it.
words. We have our words.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's true. It's so true.
Exactly. Very true. Corin, for those that haven't seen Rogue Heroes and they should be watching it,
shame on them.
Shame on them. Could you catch us up on Jim Almonds' exploits of season 1 and 2?
Just Jim. Well, they start in North Africa. They were in Tobruk, fighting off the Germans and Rommel and his boys, defending the port town, and then the commandos got formed at some point, which were Churchill's new shock troops, and then everyone, Sterling and Paddy Mayne and people like that came together. Jock Lewis, obviously. 3 guys that came together to start a new type of warfare, and Jim Almonds, who I play, sergeant at the time, was all for it. sounded like a new way to hit back at the enemy. So they created the first machinations of the special forces and did espionage and sabotage in the desert in the middle of the night. And they developed, more and more people joined, and we lived in the desert. I'll say we.
I mean, technically, you also did, right?
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
You did live through it, so I would say yes, you lived in the desert.
We did, yeah. We had it a bit easier. It wasn't just fully beef.
It wasn't just living in the sand.
We had lunch. Yeah, we stopped for lunch daily. I don't think they did.
You had a toilet that flushed.
Flushed, classic, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And all of our desert swords were prosthetic, thankfully.
Well, that's good at least.
Yeah, thank God for that.
Yeah. The camel spiders are real though. They were real.
Oh God.
No.
No.
But
I don't like them.
No, nobody does. The spiders don't even like them. They're gross. The Allies eventually won in North Africa, and the SAS went through different changes, but they were the first to land in Europe, in Sicily, in the invasion under a different name at that point. But still a lot of the same lads, including Jim. Well, actually, including Jim in the show. Jim was actually arrested.
About to say.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Wasn't he supposed to be sent home? Wasn't his son sick or something? His younger son was sick.
He was. He wasn't. Well, that was actually on the first jump. The first jump they ever did, Jim didn't go on because his son, John, also was sick back home, and he was just writing letters. You know, Sterling
Right.
didn't want him to go, I don't think. Um, and but when it came to actually the invasion of Italy, Jim got captured in the desert. His story is incredible, absolutely amazing, of how he escaped 3 times, recaptured twice, and yeah,
God.
and eventually, yeah, just going like traversing the like I think it was the Alps. It would have been alone,
Mm.
eating berries, living off the land, barely making
Jeez.
fires. Yeah, for weeks until he made it to Switzerland, I believe it was.
Wow.
Amazing story. And then when he did get home, he was Churchill's um, private bodyguard for a while, which
My
there
God.
was no time for, maybe in the spin-off, but it's
Yes,
just
give us that.
yeah, it's just suggested. But that's what he did, and then he met the boys again in Scotland when they were retraining, and then yeah, so the Italian campaign, Sicily into Italy, which was some tough going, and the Battle of Termoli happens, which was a huge loss for the unit.
Yeah.
And then yeah, they go back to Scotland, retrain, planning, secretly for D-Day. And the SES's job was to go behind the lines and disrupt. And that's what they did. And that is season 3.
And that is where you can't tell
And
us
that,
anymore.
folks, is where
That's where we're all
That's
dipping.
that's that.
Thank you.
I was.
lest I be sued.
We don't
Yeah, no,
want that to
thank you.
happen.
We don't want that to happen. Not
We
from
don't want
us.
that to happen.
Jeez.
No,
Oh
I
no,
really
especially
was.
not from us.
No.
I was very excited to see the Italy campaign kind of depicted because my grandparents were in Sicily at the time and they were stuck. They had my grandmother's family had, we were born and raised in Sicily, and then they moved to North Africa and they opened up a bottling company.
Wow.
And then when the war broke out, her father said, if I'm going to die, I'm dying at home. And they went back to Sicily. And then that's where they got stuck. They were just under the boot of the Axis, and they were trapped.
Wow.
Her brother was captured as a POW in Benghazi and was there throughout the rest of the war. But it's just very interesting to kind of see it all unfold after only hearing her talk about it, because she was a teenager when it happened. She was 14, 15 years old. So to see it unfold in real time on TV, it's very almost like when you would say nostalgic to kind of say, well, this is what she was talking about all those years. And, you could finally see it. I think that might be what I enjoyed the most, because it was like a little piece of, oh, damn, there's a little piece of family history right there.
Yeah.
Is she still with us? Did she?
She's no, for a number of years now, but she was one of those strong-headed Sicilian types. And
Oh, I can
they
imagine,
did
yeah.
eventually come to the States, and my mother is first generation Italian American. She's the first one born here on their side of the family. So it's very nice to know that was finally put into.
That was how it happened.
That was how it happened. Yeah. Whereas I always knew, my dad's side, his dad, his uncles, they were all in the army. We always knew that.
Yeah.
We didn't really know what happened on the other side.
Yeah, it was
So,
kind of,
it was very nostalgic.
Shady history, I would say, yeah. Corin, tell us about auditioning for Rogue Heroes and for Masters of the Air. For those that don't know, Corin plays John Bennett in Masters of the Air as well. What was offered first? What did you audition for first?
Rogues first. Yeah.
Okay.
Rogues, you could call a big break. So
Agreed.
so yeah, so that helped me get all the auditions for other things. But
amazing.
The auditioning for it was weird actually. It came almost out of nowhere. I was talking about this recently on me emailing everyone, trying to say, look at me kind of thing, and happened to attach a picture, and I think Carleen Crawford, the casting director, thought, yeah, looks like he might be. Yeah, You know, thank God I was short back and sides and clean faced at the time. Because I guess I was the right age and the right look, but she didn't know me at the time. So thankfully, she took a punt of bringing me in. Well, as a tape first, 7, 8 pages, and I'm so excited. I spent hours on it. I rounded up about 4 of my friends. I'm like, I'm buying pizza. You're staying.
Yeah, just
We're
stay here
doing
while
this.
I do this, please.
Yeah. We're doing this
Please.
all day. Like people were holding the camera, each character that I was talking to, instead of just, you know, because a lot of auditions you would do with just one other person. They would read every line, set up a
Right.
camera. I was like, I can't be moving. I want to show me the movement. So you're holding the camera and you're following me around. You're
Yes.
doing this character. You're doing this character. I need you
That's
all there for
great.
notes. Yes. And we stayed there for about, I think we did it for about 5, 6 hours. Yeah, which I guess was worth it because lo and behold, here we are.
It worked in your favor, honestly.
Yes.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Did you have to film both simultaneously? Like were you on set for Rogue Heroes and then were you hopping over to Masters and then coming back?
No. It was a fair bit after. In fact, no, not a fair bit. I think we wrapped on Rogues in August, and I
Right.
got Masters in September, and I think we started
Oh.
a bit after that. Yeah. So
They did film them in order. So yeah, you're right at the end.
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, I was right at the end. Yeah, I was in episode. I think it was like 7. Again, I've not. I
8,
can't.
7 and 8, at the end of 7.
Have you watched it?
Have you?
Have you not watched it? He's not watched
I-
it.
I-
No.
I've watched some of it. It's hard.
good,
It's
okay.
hard to bring this
I
on
remember
to.
the first time I watched it, because obviously I think we had Masters before we got Rogues in
We
the
did,
States.
yeah.
So
we didn't get
we
Rogue
didn't
Heroes
get-
was released that New Year time
Yeah.
for season 1. We didn't get it until right before season 2 came out.
Yeah,
here.
it didn't hit the States until right
January of
before
last year.
season 2 came out on BBC.
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go.
So we had seen you as Bennett first.
Oh, right, of course.
And
there you
then, you know, then Rogues come out and I'm texting Winnie. I go, that's Bennett from Masters of the Air. And she's like, what?
Corin, here's the thing. We thought you were this big, broad Texan. So when you appeared on Rogue Heroes,
Yeah.
we thought that you were putting on a British accent.
go. No.
We
Oh,
thought
yeah.
that it was the other way around because you're
Oh,
that good
absolutely.
at it. We were like,
You would
this man is a big, broad Texan dude that plays football and drinks.
100%. Absolutely.
No.
That makes me
Not at
very
all.
Well, and then who?
But
yeah,
it
we
was,
texted each other.
it
And we
was-
were like, oh wow.
oh
that's
my God,
Bennett.
it's Bennett.
And
And
he's
at first you were
British.
like, Bennett who? You were like, Bennett who?
Bennett who?
And I said, Bennett. I
Lieutenant
said,
Colonel Bennett.
Colonel Bennett, who doesn't stop Rosenthal from re-enlisting at the end of episode 7. She goes, oh my
shit.
God. I said, guess what? He's not American.
He's
No,
not
absolutely
Texan
not.
I
whatsoever.
said, guess what? I said, he's one
But-
We
of,
thought
he's
it was
your
the
people.
opposite way around.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of mine. Thank
One of
you.
yours.
To
Thank
you
get
so
that
much.
from Americans honestly makes me very, very happy.
I'm not even kidding. I was like, this is, he had me fooled.
Yeah.
Had
It
me
was very
fooled.
It was very Band of Brothersy, where I thought for a long, long time that Damian Lewis
Was American? No.
Even though I had seen him already in Stormbreaker when I was a kid in like 2005, I assumed he was either Russian or American.
We
And
can't
then I
claim
found out
Damian Lewis no matter how much we want to.
He's great.
He's ours. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, he's good.
Could you talk to us about the training for Rogue Heroes? Like, were they reaming you to get to like a certain level of fitness, or were they like, you're fine as you are? we'll
Is
just
there,
be
yeah,
friends?
like, is there a boot camp process? Because, you know,
Yeah.
There was a bit of a boot camp.
a bit of a
But
boot
more
camp.
of an impromptu boot camp from our military advisor Bags, who runs Bare Arms, and they supply.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. You should talk to him. He's brilliant. But he's with us the whole way. He fills us in on the history. He's a complete nerd for it, and he won't mind me saying. And we love him to bits. But he keeps us on the straight and narrow in terms of accuracy. Everyone on set, really. People ask him questions all the time. But he ran us a training in the desert of all sorts of physical stuff. In fact, no, we did do So we did the one in the desert, which was very physical. You know, we were carrying logs together up and
Yeah.
over sand dunes, which was
Jesus.
great fun. There's some good photos somewhere, and drills and like at dawn. We needed something to do because you know it was for quarantine for COVID. It was about a 2 week period before we
Oh,
filmed.
that's
God,
right.
Yeah.
So we just
That's right.
you know just boys at a hotel. You know,
So that's how you all became best friends, is
that's
because
it.
you were stuck in a hotel together.
That's
Do
it.
you have a this can be very off the record. Do you have a specific best friend in the cast?
Ooh, yeah, they know who they are. Yeah. It's everyone. Do you know what it is though? Just like the characters, everyone is so different,
Mhm.
and so the
Yeah.
traits that you might, I guess some people hang around together more than others because they live near each other in London or whatever. But
Right.
like,
Right.
it's like everyone, just like the characters, is so entirely different. Like,
Right.
but we all get so to if you think about the qualities of someone that I'd love, which I do, then the qualities are not, you know what I mean? They're all,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's like, who's your favorite Power Ranger? They're all great.
Was the pink one.
Right.
Thank you
They
very
all,
much.
they all
It
bring,
was the
they
was
all
the
bring something to the table.
There's a
my
big one.
90s heart just went, it
Excuse
was
me.
the OGs, obviously.
Yeah, of course the
Obviously.
OG. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's the gold one, but yeah,
Obviously, no, it was the pink one because that was what I was for
yeah.
Halloween when I was like 4.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
As I reveal my
ASAP.
age. Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh no.
But no, it's no, I do love them all for so many different reasons. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're great.
Has
And all the
has it
crew too. We've had crew, that have been there just as long as us. In fact, you could argue longer because
maybe
we turned
longer?
up when all the pre-production was already done. So,
Right.
Yeah.
like, there's so many brilliant guys, like
Oh, for sure.
so many. Yeah.
This question came to me in like a haze one night, but I was like, it's the truth. Like Jim Almonds and John Bennett are both such an important part of the war, and they're such a force, right?
Mhm, mhm.
And in different, two completely different capacities, neither one of them knows the other.
Yeah.
But, they're kind of calm and relaxed. I get the sense, obviously Jim Almonds is definitely more calm than Patty Mayne. He's
No,
kind of the
yeah.
juxtaposition to Patty Mayne. And
Mm,
Bennett kind of came into the 100th Bomb Group at a time when they were shaken up, but they were all business, both of
Mhm,
them.
mhm.
And do you feel like, how did you feel getting to kind of pull into these two different but very important pieces of the war? Like, you've obviously given life to them on screen. How do you play that? Like, how do you feel about that? I feel like I just took this from super, super fun to like, we're very serious, very business, but
I think it's a very good, serious question because
I
these are two
know.
very different people
they are
fighting
two
the
very
same
different
war.
people fighting the same war, but
Mhm.
two completely different avenues.
But then again, Bennett was also a crazy bastard.
Bennett was nuts.
Bennett was insane. He was mental. He's like, let me fly in every position on this B-17. I don't care if I get hit or I jump.
He was something, wasn't he? And for a lieutenant colonel as well, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
unheard of. Well, maybe not unheard of, but I only researched him and a few
Right.
of the 100th
No.
Bomber. But
Yeah.
yeah, he was they were both incredible people, and it's weird you should say that they're different because they are, but I always saw a similarity in them.
Mm.
That they, no matter the stakes, they quietly just well, maybe not so quietly with Bennett, who knows, but they saw what was in front of them,
Mhm.
and they saw their men. Because by this point, Jim was a NCO, and he was I forget the term now, which military people will hate me for, but he moved into he could be in a position where it was more of an officer, do you know what I mean, and standing back. Like,
Right.
I mean, Bennett's a lieutenant colonel, but each of them see the plight of the men under their command, and without thinking about it without without even a second guess for their own safety or whatever. Obviously with careful planning too, but they would just do it. They led by example, and the bravery of them both. When you could argue that their position didn't warrant that anymore, they might have needed in these positions. You could argue that Bennett should have been grounded because his mind would have been put to great use, and if he got shot down, then we've lost a lieutenant colonel.
Absolutely.
But it's just they saw what needed to be done, and instead of waiting for someone else to do it, they did it.
Did it themselves.
Yeah, and
That's
I love
excellent.
them.
I love
They're so
love
cool.
that. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
That
I
is-
love
Really
that.
cool guys.
Did you have more scenes as Colonel Bennett that were cut? Was that
No.
all we were? No, that was all.
That was it.
No, that was it. Yeah, no, that was it.
Honestly,
Two
nice
great
and
scenes.
succinct. Love
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
And
very...
do you know what? And I went into Playtown when I was in LA, and saw the guys.
Oh,
Spielberg's guys.
yeah.
They were really great, and they were just like, do you know what, Corin? We really liked your stuff, and it's like you should be proud that you did, because they had so many episodes, and I was just like blown away my first time in LA. And they were just like, honestly, so many people got cut. You don't even understand. There's some people that spent weeks on there and you never see them. And but we loved your scenes. You did a great job.
Oh,
And obviously didn't name names, and I didn't want to hear them, but as if,
Right.
of course, that happens. You do some
Yeah.
things.
that's how
But
it is. Yeah.
they were big American personalities. They were brilliant.
Oh
and
yeah.
forget the names. That's bad. But they were just like, yeah, we loved your stuff, and nothing got. And he was right. Nothing got cut from any of the
Nothing
scenes.
got
They were
cut
the
from
full.
you.
They were the full length as well, which is.
Good.
And I watched them and I was like,
That's very
yeah,
good.
because it was
That'll
great
do.
dialogue.
'Cause that's
Great dialogue. And working with Nate, who plays Rosenthal.
That was
Great.
actually my next question, was that you are both, at the time, you were both very unknown, first starting out.
right,
How-
like kind of new to this big,
Yeah.
like especially the World
How
War
was
II
that-
machine, right? So
How was that working with him? And did you kind of bond over that fact that he had freshly graduated from Juilliard and you were just starting to get work?
I didn't even know he
Like-
did, but yeah. No, we bonded over the things that lads always bond over, which is just anything as well. And the
That's
whole
nice.
yeah, and I don't think we even spoke about it because again, my our scenes it was really efficient. I was only there for a week. I know some people
in and
have
out.
like because like a lot of people played bombers and gunners and such.
right.
They didn't know where they were going to use them, and like you needed them there in the ensemble. But me and Nate just had two contained scenes, and we did a little little rehearsal with Dee, the director, and then we just shot them. So we chatted away at lunch, but I was only on set I think 3 days, and yeah, great guys. It was funny actually because going into the Masters, on the base, which they did an incredible job of turning it into the base. But seeing all those lads, their connection, the actors,
Yeah.
just like we were just finished on Rogues, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's like I didn't try and
It
crowbar
reminds
myself
me of
in.
me.
Yeah, I didn't try and crowbar myself in, but they were very nice to me. But I
Yeah.
could see that they all gathered around laughing and joking in a circle because they've been,
Aw.
So
We've been together for a year. Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
That's really
Lads make friends very, very easily.
I wish women did.
Yeah.
We made friends really easily, Gabby and I, because
We might be the exception there.
Yeah.
We
But
might be, actually.
no, it's true. It's women are could be very skittish sometimes. Like,
Very
You
you
So
give
it's-
you give
picky.
it's not the like you say two women and like I wish we'd be friends, like women in a bathroom are like, oh, I love your dress. That's cool because you're drinking, right? You don't think much of it. When you say something like that to somebody and they're sober, they're like, what do you mean by that? Girls can be very, very strange. What do you
Yeah,
mean by
very
that?
strange.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just really liked your dress.
Another thing I wanted to ask was how has the experience of playing Jim Has it changed you as a person or as an actor, or the way that you go about approaching things?
Especially preceding and after a shoot in a season, I do kind of drop into this calmness of mind and soul that he had. And I try to. I think some of my castmates will be like, "No, you're still mad," but I it's I don't know how it's changed. I think I've just learned in terms of an acting perspective, I've just learned a lot more. As you can imagine, doing a major TV show, my first one, weeks on set, months, and it's just taught me a lot in that regard. Um, a little bit, and it's still an ongoing process, but self-belief in, when I first went onto the set, these are all my heroes, the people I've watched on TV who've done my dream, do you know what I mean? And now I can call them all friends, so it knowing that has let me fall into the calmness of Jim too, and having his family say that I did a good job really helps.
Oh yeah.
If
That
they
that
said I'd done a bad
was
job or they wouldn't talk to me, then I'd be
I'd be
yeah,
upset.
I'd be
Very.
ups- I'd be
I will
quiet.
say that I feel like you have, like you just said, adopted Almonds's aura. Like, I think I said this to Gabby very recently. I think we watched an interview of yours. I think it was during the Wasteman press. And I said that you had the same calmness and aura as
Yeah.
you portray as Jim in the show. So that's when we were getting very excited to do this episode with you, because I was like, it's just going to be as calm as Gentleman Jim. And you are, even though
Yeah.
you're like, yes, I'm still mad. You have like this serenity about you and this calmness,
very
and
much
like a
so.
slowness, the same
That's
way that
nice.
Jim does. So you have
Yeah.
adopted it.
Absolutely. Do you feel like, back to, you said his family had said to you that they were very happy with the way you portrayed him. How did your research like, what was your research for that? Because obviously now this is, again, a real person. So it's not like you can kind of say, oh, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to give it this kind of flair. You can't, it's not a character, it's a portrayal. So it's, I guess, a
No.
bit different.
Yeah.
How did you go about did they put you in touch with his family, or did it happen? Did you get like a packet or anything? Like,
I forget how that happened first. I don't know how we first got in touch, but I was there doing my own research. However, whenever it came to me, I was like, yeah, let's just try this as well. So I was making a full timeline of his life. Obviously, I read his book, but then I also didn't want to read past season one because I was like,
Right.
I
You
don't
don't
want
want to
to
spoil it for yourself.
Yeah, I don't want to know things that Jim doesn't know. His descriptions, and then I watched the only televised interviews. The guys in the 70s,
right.
and just got a sense of him then. Um, and then I think his daughter got in touch with me first, and yeah, that was great. She sent me signed copies because she wrote the book with her
Oh,
dad,
amazing.
about her dad.
Yeah.
So she gave me all copies, and one on Jellicoe as well that she also wrote, who's a very cool guy. And then his granddaughter, so her daughter was in touch, and then his great grandsons, they ended up being
Jeez.
they ended up being they ended up being in the show. That was
Did they?
his yeah, yeah. His so from Jim's granddaughter. She got in touch with me on Instagram and was talking to her about that his great grandsons, Caleb and Jonah, they're 18 and 19, and could they be involved in the show? And yeah, I spoke to the producer, and we got it sorted anyway. And so they were on the boat over to Sicily, and it might have been the boat back, but they're essays, yeah, playing soldiers.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah, that's
amazing.
so
That must have been
cool.
so cool.
Yeah, I got a
That must have
cracking
been
photo
so
of us
cool for
two,
them.
us three. Sorry, yeah, really nice. When
That's
we were down in Kent at
incredible.
the docks there. I forget,
That's amazing.
but it was brilliant. So cool, so
That's
cool.
so
They were
cool. I
buzzing.
love
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, yeah, I loved it. That was a really special moment.
Wow.
Yeah, I bet.
I
Yeah.
love that.
And then research, oh God, I remember I drove down to his, I actually think the family still might live there. So I drove down to Stixwold in Lincolnshire, where,
Oh, Jesus.
yeah, where he was, the house, I found the
The
house he was
back end of
raised in.
Beyond, by the
And
way.
I just stood there and put my hand onto the
Oh,
brickwork of the outer wall, like, yes, this is, I like must have drank in that pub, must have done this and there.
that's nice,
Yeah.
though.
So
And
That's
then I
really
made a
sweet.
diary because he was big. He was a big diary guy, so I got this lovely leather bound. I actually found it again the other day, and I just started, and I got a fountain pen, and I was like,
Okay,
yeah,
breaking news: Corin Silva is a method actor.
yeah, well, yeah,
That's really sweet, though. I like that. I would do
yeah.
that though, if I
It
ever
was
got
good.
into it. I like that. That's really,
And
really
I
sweet.
already love. I've made a playlist, and I already love the music of the time. So yeah, I've got a. I had a
What's
gym.
on the playlist?
Oh, all sorts. I mean,
Can we have
well,
it?
it's
Add it to
it's.
our library, thanks.
I'll send it to you. Yeah,
Yes,
I've,
please.
yeah. I've got it's on Spotify. It's
Yes,
nice. Some beautiful
please
tracks,
do that.
gorgeous stuff. Mostly of era. Don't people kind of come at me if they listen to it and say this is from '52, but I'm like I don't
No,
care.
it's fine.
It works.
I
Okay.
think that's one of
No,
the things that
it
initially
works.
watching Rogue Heroes was quite jarring because you go into it watching a show about World War II and you think, oh, it's going to be music of the era. And
Yeah.
then we clocked on that it was Stephen Knight, and then we went,
Yeah.
that ain't happening.
AC/DC baby.
I
Yeah.
hadn't.
That ain't happening.
I don't know. For some reason, it didn't hit me at first that it was Stephen Knight, and I might have been like, the credits are playing at the beginning, and like, you're getting yourself ready to sit down and get comfortable and watch it.
You've got the little
And
drum beat.
Right, and
That's the time to go get a
it
drink.
didn't really click right away. And then I was watching, and I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "Let this guy take a page out of Stephen Knight's book." I said it's like Peaky
Literally,
Blinders,
yes.
and then I'm like, "Oh shit!
Yeah.
It is him.
Oh shit!"
Yeah. Yeah. It's great. I love it.
It works.
Yeah, it works really, really
It
well.
just works.
It
Yeah.
does work, and he knows how to make it work without. Like Stephen Knight's very good like that, where he knows how to make it work without compromising the integrity of the story he's trying to tell.
Mhm.
Like he doesn't take away from
Absolutely.
it's the 40s, it's the war. Yes, it is. But, here, have a little Metallica, have a little,
Have a little AC/DC.
have a little
It works,
AC/DC,
it
have a little
fits.
Metallica. It works, but it's still, still wartime America, wartime
Yeah.
Europe,
It's
whatever
the
it
sentiment.
is.
Yeah, the sentiment remains. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, absolutely.
but I think the sentiment of Jim was much more,
Oh, for sure. It was more
much more
soft
peaceful.
and more of
Oh,
the
he
era.
is.
Yeah.
That's it. It's weird when you're saying about that Jim is rubbed off on me, and I presented as and I seem calm, but I think it's
Totally.
more than that. It's just that he's honestly, when I read more and I take him more into me, it's like he just brings out better parts of myself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
He yeah, and it's beautiful. It's
Yeah,
great.
it really is.
That is great. I love the softness of him, especially during the war. You don't get many
You
softer.
don't get many soft guys during the war.
He also
And
strikes me very much
especially-
as like he's Patty's conscience almost. Like
Yeah,
he's his
yeah.
kind of Jiminy
Yeah.
Cricket in a way.
Oh, he is. That's amazing. I love that.
Because
Jiminy Cricket's my favorite.
I
Jiminy
didn't.
Cricket's good.
Jiminy Cricket's great. But that's kind of the vibe I get from him in that
Yeah.
sense. And it's nice to see that, war hasn't completely ripped the
No,
Into
humanity
shreds, yeah.
from him. And you play that so well too.
well, that's what I think with
Yeah.
Jim. It's like he always had faith, and it's not, he was devout Christian, but it's not specifically religious faith that I'm talking about. It's like he had faith in humanity, in people. You know what I mean? And he,
Yeah.
as much as, and on top of that, opposed to that, he was a highly effective soldier in a world war.
Oh, absolutely.
So
Yeah.
and for him to be carrying both of these, beliefs, both of these concepts in him at all
Right.
times, he's like superhuman. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's something you can't even comprehend. And I try to, he tried to, I don't know. I don't even know what I tried to do, but it's always amazed me that he can never, and he never let his humanity slip. His belief in people. Do you know what I mean? He was never overtly cruel. He was never, yeah. He kept it
He's never
throughout.
mean.
He was a
He's
gentleman
always,
Yeah.
at all
Yeah.
times, and
Yeah.
hence the sobriquet.
Yeah, I love what
Yeah.
you've done with him, and I especially
Absolutely.
love there's certain scenes where Jim is giving some life advice to Paddy usually, and you pause, and it's so calming. There's a specific scene where I think it's where Jim gives Paddy a Bible. I know it by heart. Go and read it, and it's the way that you pause and take it out with purpose, and you give it to him. He doesn't take it. You give it.
Mhm.
And you're very calm and serene with him. It's lovely. It's great to watch, especially like during the big moments and before the big battle scenes where you're the calming force of all of these guys. And Jim is the calming force of all of them just through a Bible or just through his personality and how he was. You've done a beautiful job. It's incredible. There's a reason I rewatch all the time.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons is you, because it's that good. And I love it. My
Thank you so
second
much.
reason is I love Tonkin, because I think he's so funny and I think he's great. That's my second reason.
Yeah.
But the main reason is
should get Jack on, get Barton on.
I would love to. Here's the thing. I would love to, but he doesn't answer his Instagram messages
No, he
because
doesn't.
he's never on there.
No, he's not. No.
So I've tried my best. Alas, maybe you could put in a good
I'll
word
tell
for
him.
us.
Yeah, I was talking to him
Yes.
the other day. Yeah.
Oh, love that. To wrap up, what is next for you, Corin? We know that Waste Man has already been released. I think Betrayal's on iPlayer, so everyone in the US get a VPN. Wink, wink.
There you go.
What comes next apart from season 3 of Rogue Heroes?
What released wise? Well, I've got another thing coming out at the cinema soon. I don't know if I'm allowed. I probably am. It's a DC thing, the big DC thing. Yeah,
Be
which
quiet.
yeah.
What is it?
And well, there you go. You won't recognize me in it. It's fun.
What movie, Corin?
No, you'll see. But yeah, definitely watch Waste Man if people in the States are watching. And then other than that, as I say, I've just written, directed, produced my first short film in this whilst I renovate this house. So that's been fun. And I also have written a feature film, different one, which is in the process of, we're in the process of, putting that together.
Busy boy, yeah.
So he's busy, guys. Keep your eyes peeled.
Have you noticed he didn't say Bond? Do you know who the next Bond is?
Oh, he didn't say Bond, no.
Are you the next Bond?
That wouldn't be much secret agent-y of me, would it? No, that was some bad grammar. That would not be very covert of me.
No, it wouldn't be very 007 of you to tell us, would it? No.
Yeah.
It would
And
have.
I'd be bumped straight down to 002. Like that.
003.5.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
You get the coffees for the other 00s. Yeah.
The other 00's lackey. Lovely.
Oh my gosh.
Well, thank you, Corin, so much for doing this with us. We had
so much fun.
Smashing time. This has been so fun, and I'm so glad we got to do this.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it's great. Really nice talking to you guys.
Oh, it was great talking
to you. Thank you
you
for the kind words.
Of course.
We do mean it. We do. We mean everything we say. We're not, we're really not here just to blow smoke. I promise.
No.
No, of course
if
not.
You could have said more nice things if you were, but
exactly.
Pile them on. Keep going.
Exactly.
one or two. One or two
things.
Just one or two.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us.
Yes.
We will see you next time.
See you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.